Hello everyone, my name is Melinda Martin and I'm the Gallery Director at Linden New Art. Welcome to the official opening of the Linden Postcard Show and prize announcements this evening. And tonight I'm joined by my co-host.
Hello everyone, hello Mel. My name's Owen Craven and I'm the Deputy Chair of the Board of Linden New Art. It is fantastic to be here with everybody tonight. Now,
hi Juliet.
Hi everyone. We know that there are lots of artists with their friends and family joining us tonight, so we really wanted to share with you all how we've installed the exhibition this year to celebrate the 30th birthday of the Linden Postcard Show. Enjoy having a look.
offshore, jump in your car or a plane and come and check out the exhibition.
And there's also some awesome places to go in regional Victoria.
And hello everybody. So as mentioned throughout the opening tonight, I'll be asking you a total of 5 quiz questions. It'll be a little teaser for our first online trivia night next Thursday, 10th of December. For bookings, you can visit lindenarts.org or we'll be popping the link below in the chats later. So tonight, to play along, the first person to answer the questions correctly in the comments, try and resist Google if you can, will win a bottle of premium sparkling wine from our good friends at Punt Road Wines. And you will have to be over 18, of course, to play and collect this prize. So our first question is going to appeal to the collectors out there. Are you ready? Question 1. What is the term used for collecting postcards? I'll see you in just a little while with the answer.
Thanks, Jasmine, and good luck, everyone. For those playing along at home, listen carefully, as you might find some of the answers come within our video features this evening. I'd now like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we virtually meet this evening. Tonight, Owen and I are both joining you from the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation here in Melbourne. If we were in the gallery this evening, we'd be joining you from the lands of the Yalukit Willam clan of the Boonwurrung here in Melbourne. And I'd like to acknowledge that members of our board, as well as our team, and some of them who are still in the gallery this evening, are joining us from the lands of the Boonwurrung. I'd like to now pay my respects to elders, both past, present, and emerging. And while we meet virtually this evening, tonight draws upon the ancient history of this land, and it reflects the millennia of experiences of First Nation peoples coming together to celebrate, to learn, and to connect, just as we are this evening. I'd like to extend a very warm welcome to all First Nations people who are joining us here this evening. You are so very welcome, and we're very glad that you're joining us this evening.
Thank you, Mel, and some beautiful images of a welcoming ceremony, acknowledgement to country ceremony from the gallery last year, and we look forward to coming together to experience those things in person, as they're such a it's such a visceral and beautiful experience to share with all of our friends, particularly our First Nations friends. I'd like to introduce the chair of Linden New Art, Mr. Jeremy Blackshaw, to say a few words to you all. Welcome, Jeremy.
Thank you, Owen, and hello, everybody. Tonight, I'd like to gratefully acknowledge the City of Port Phillip as the owner of our beautiful home and generous supporter of our public programs, education opportunities and exhibitions. City of Port Phillip has been a magnificent supporter of Linden over the years, and as we mentioned at our last function, they've recently supported us by entering into a 10-year funding deed, for which we're incredibly grateful. We're also very grateful for the support we receive from Creative Victoria's organisational investment program. In this really difficult and challenging year for us all, and for those in the arts industry in particular, Creative Victoria has provided Linden and others with additional financial support to help us face the challenges of COVID-19 and for us to present this year's Linden Postcard show. Many people have worked behind the scenes to develop and further invest in the artists and exhibitions you see on display tonight, and not just the fantastic team here at Linden. So tonight I'd like to formally thank our philanthropic supporters, the Helen McPherson Smith Trust, Robert Salsa Foundation, the Palais Theatre Community Fund, Community Enterprise Fund through Elwood Community Bank, and the Telstra Foundation. I'd also like to thank our education partners, the University of Melbourne, Melbourne Business School, our corporate supporters, Matsos, the very fine and good-looking lawyers at Minter Ellison, Punt Road Wines, Stone and Wood, and Zilla and Brook. Our project partners, the City of Port Phillip Library Services, Alternating Current Art Space, Blindside, and the Art Room. And of course, I'd also like to thank the many local businesses who support the Linden Postcard Show. The Elwood Community Bank for supporting the Artist Encouragement Award, Minister Martin Foley for supporting the Member for Albert Park Award, Melbourne South Rotary Club for supporting the Best Portrait Award, the Henry Award for the Best Abstract Artwork, Port Phillip Citizens for Reconciliation for the Best Artwork by an Indigenous Artist, Scout for the Best Still Life in Show, This Week in St Kilda for the Best of St Kilda in Show, Abstract Art Encouragement Award, Eckersley's Art and Craft for the Best Landscape in Show, and Frames Now for the Best Work on Paper in Show. Owen.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. And a very objective point of view of those handsome and attractive lawyers at Minter Ellison there. That is, though, in all seriousness, such an enormous roll call of support. And to each and every one of our supporters, we are deeply grateful. Without your commitment and contribution to supporting the arts, we as a small team here can't achieve all that we can seek to achieve, nor support the artists that we ultimately endeavour to look after and work with. When we realised that the Linden Postcard Show was turning this year 30, however, we thought it would be fantastic to do something special.
We certainly did. We were conscious of the many artists in our vibrant community who've entered the Linden Postcard Show throughout the years. Rather than me talking about them, I thought it might be nice to hear from some of those artists who've entered the show a few times about what it's like to be in the Linden Postcard Show.
The size was part of it. The scale draws you in.
It's a great place to test ideas.
And there's something fantastic about the postcard. But so many good things came from being in that show.
I love the way that it's formatted, not only within itself, but the way that you guys curate it and show it. It's different every time.
There's a special magic how the volunteers and the staff bring this whole show together.
And I was kind of knocked out by just the diversity of what you could see.
It's so egalitarian, and it does bring together a whole range of people, from emerging artists to established artists, and that's a wonderful thing.
Anyone could enter, and you were sharing this with a whole range of people and styles.
It's a celebration of so many different people's artworks all being shown together. It's got a real community feel about it.
It's the diversity and the inclusiveness I think I love so much about it, and that makes me a repeat offender.
Also, I thought it's a fantastic opportunity to buy presents for friends.
You send it off and it goes off into this other world, and you know nothing about what it does out there.
Because there's usually some amazing works shown in that exhibition, and to be a part of it, especially on your 30-year anniversary.
So many great stories, you know, serial offenders. It's fantastic. I hope you were listening, because Jasmine is back to announce the winner of the first quiz, but then ask the next. Jasmine.
Thank you so much, Owen. So I have got a lot of correct answers here, and I was considering whether I was going to be a stickler for spelling or not, but I'm not going to be, because it just proves to me that you didn't Google the answer of this. So the winner of the first question is Elijah. Thank you so much, Elijah. Please email your name and address to gallery@lindenarts.org, and we will send you that sparkling wine shortly. So, of course, the answer to what is the term used for collecting postcards is deltiology. Deltiologist is a study and collection of postcards. So well done, everybody who did get that answer. So for the next question, and this is to do with the video that we just watched, so I hope that you were paying attention. Question 2, which artist said, "It's the diversity and inclusiveness I love so much and makes me a repeat offender of entering the postcard show"? I will see you soon with the answer.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jasmine. And good luck to all of you viewers out there with getting the answer correct for that question. Tell you what, Mel, I'm so excited to see the work fully, finally installed in the gallery, in real life, IRL, as it were.
And am I. And I've also had the pleasure in the last little while of talking to some of the Linden postcard show collectors, because like we have artists who enter all the time, we also have people who come and collect work from previous years. They've been equally inspired by the talent and vision of the artists and have taken advantage of the opportunity to collect some mini masterpieces along the way. In fact, Amelia, who used to live in St Kilda, who now lives in Barcelona in Spain, is a collector who we'll be talking to. So let me introduce you to our collector now.
'87 or '88. It was in the old days when people sent postcards. I think at the inaugural postcard show, and I've been a returned fan ever since.
I came in with a toddler and he's now 13. Every year, my son and I would come in.
I reckon it would have been about 8 years ago. And it probably would have been when I joined the board.
Look, it would be more than a decade ago, and I immediately fell in love with the concept.
I love the fact that it's unedited.
I love the buzz. I love the sense of community.
It's part of our end of year activity. We always look forward to.
Penny Byrne, the ceramicist, Tony Albert from Brisbane, Yvette Coppersmith, Louise Rippert. The list goes on. Walking through the doors of Linden it's like opening a jewellery box.
This is by Hannah Gartside. This is by Anne Anon. They have a very important meaning for us because they link us with St Kilda.
And you can see I have strategically placed myself in front of Steffi's work. So Steffi Wallace.
I've got a Yvette Coppersmith. I've got a number of other pieces from established artists, but also there are just little quirky pieces that I've collected, and I don't know the story really behind the artists. So I think that's, you know, sometimes part of the fun of the postcard show.
That would have been a lot of fun chatting to those collectors, and it's so exciting to see where works end up and to hear those stories. Artists sometimes and quite often don't actually see where works have landed, and there they were proudly and humbly behind collectors in their homes. You never know how far an artwork might travel.
And I think that's one of the great stories, is that often we send artworks around the world at the end of the exhibition when we pack them up and post them on. I can't wait to be back at the gallery soon and see the works live in situ. In fact, I'll get to do that tomorrow because I'll be working tomorrow in the gallery. This year, we also have our 30th birthday celebration exhibition sitting alongside the over 1,000 artworks in the Linden Postcard Show that everyone knows. Many of you will have joined us recently as we celebrated the Alumni Artist Exhibition that we invited back to be part of the show. And it'll be great for people to come in and see the stories of those artists and what's happened in their careers as it's developed over time. We know that the best thing you can do for any artist is to buy one of their works. And look, if you need a reason to justify buying something for yourself or to give it as a gift for a loved one, we've come up with some awesome, perfectly justifiable justifications for expanding your collection. These suggestions will appear in the chat. And look, you're welcome. We do what we can for you.
There's been some great comments that I'm watching sort of flow through. You know, somebody just said that was the first Melbourne sale that they ever made. And our wonderful former chair, Catherine Easton, also champing at the bit to get back into the gallery. And I hope snap up some fantastic artworks. But for now, it must be time for the next answer to the last quiz question.
I think it is.
Thank you, Owen. I am absolutely chuckling to myself at these hilarious answers that we have here. So I'm going to say that, yes, Kirsty, you are the winner. It was Kelly Sullivan, who has been a repeat offender for entering the Linden Postcard Show since 2015. You have as much sass as she does, because I then scroll down to notice saying this. And yes, Kirsty, you did win. We had some really excellent answers. We had the lady with the fabulous necklace. I agree, Lizzie. And I'm sure I said someone in there saying that she had excellent fiery red hair. So, of course, the answer is Kelly Sullivan. And please email gallery@lindenarts.org to collect your prize, Kirsty, and we will send that to you shortly. Okay, so now for our next one. And this one is a goodie. You won't believe it. Question 3. The most expensive postcard ever sold was valued at how much? And for bonus points, can you guess what year it is from? I will see you soon with the answer to that one.
Okay, so those questions are getting slightly more challenging.
Tough. And that's the most expensive postcard ever, not the most expensive Linden Postcard Show.
No. The most expensive postcard ever.
Wow.
Thanks, Jasmine. And the first person in the chat with the correct answer, they'll win a bottle of sparkling wine. I also remember the year that Kelly actually won a prize in the Linden Postcard Show. She had come along to the opening. We were at the section where we're announcing all the prize winners. She decided, oh, the bar looks a bit quiet outside. I'm just going to pop outside and get myself a drink as we announced her name. And then her family and friends had to scramble to get her as she had to make her way back through the crowd, drink in hand. So, Kelly, it's very nice to have you part of this evening's event.
Preempting the celebrations.
Indeed. The Linden Postcard Show welcomes artists from across the country, and we're really delighted that a number of arts organisations in Melbourne who run special artist studio programs have entered a selection of the artists that they work in this year's exhibition. I've had the pleasure of speaking with several of them about the great work that they do, so let me introduce you to them.
The Torch is a not-for-profit charitable organisation that an idea being to address the high representation for First Nations Australians in the criminal justice system.
Arts Project Australia, we're a social enterprise that supports artists with an intellectual disability by advocating and promoting them through our studio and gallery.
I think we work with around 200 men and women in the 14 prisons of Victoria. It's really important to open up and to find opportunities for the men and women to connect to the arts industry, the arts networks, to artists and viewers and supporters outside of the torch. And so the Linden Postcard show was really something we thought would be fantastic for the men and women. Challenging too, because, you know, of the scale to work on, a lot of the men and women wouldn't have painted on that scale. It was a really good challenge for them artistically to put that story down in a small format.
Part of our goal is to increase the exposure of the artists. And particularly with the Linden Postcard Show, it's a wonderful opportunity for us to really showcase emerging and mid-career artists. So to give them the opportunity to show amongst so many artists in such a beautiful gallery space where they really have that opportunity to be part of a really big community.
That was, I mean, it's fantastic to hear from those couple of amazing arts organisations who do such important work. Fantastic to hear from artists talking about their pieces. And I think hearing some of the other artists and then those CEOs and directors really kind of highlights that the Linden Postcard Show, it democratises, the exhibition space. For 30 years, Linden has been throwing its doors open to hobbyists, emerging and established artists, and to hang one another alongside. It's makes for such an engaging and exhilarating exhibition, and I think for collectors as well, it pulls away that sense of intimidation, perhaps, which is really, really wonderful, because art is not meant to be intimidating, and it is for everybody. So that's fantastic. We're going to actually be hosting several webinars throughout the exhibition, and you'll be able to join and meet with the artists on show and have the chance to ask questions yourself. Another fantastic way of engaging with the exhibition and the works. So stay tuned as we announce those program elements. In 2019, the internationally renowned Australian artist, Patricia Piccinini, reflected on how exhibiting for the first time at Linden was, quote, where the hustle began, end quote. So in the tradition of hustling, it is actually now my turn to talk about money. This is the bit where I, albeit graciously, ask you to, if you can, support us where you're able to. As you would know, the arts have been hit pretty hard in this country and indeed around the world by COVID-19. Organisations like Linden have been among the first venues to close, and until tomorrow, some of the last to reopen.
And we're offering this event free tonight so everyone can enjoy the experience, but it takes a lot for our very small team of 4.4 equivalent full-time staff to produce this virtual event. So if you can, please think of supporting us. We suggest a figure of $15 or $20 per person if you're in a position to do so. Think of it as buying me a glass of fancy sparkling wine and perhaps my friend here, Owen, a couple of boutique beers from a hipster brewery in, let's say, Brunswick, for example. The link to donating securely online appears on the screen just now, and we'll place the link in the live chat as well. We need your support now more than ever, and we thank you in advance for your generosity.
We do indeed. Thank you very much. Every little bit counts, and it is really about supporting the artists that we seek to present and bring to you at the gallery, and in this instance, in your homes. But for now, it must be time to announce the quiz winner from the most recent question. Over to you, Jasmine.
Thanks again, Owen. We've had some really excellent guesses and guesses that I can't even say. I think we need a special shout out to Zoe for this number that I won't try and spell. Also, Jenny has said 100K, and tonight, Jenny, I wish, but not quite. So I'm going to go with the first and closest answer that we received, which was Kate Civil, has guessed 40,000. So the actual answer is The most expensive postcard was sold for just over $45,000 US, or roughly 56,000 Australian dollars. And it is believed to be the world's oldest card sent by writer Theodore Hook in 1840. So if you managed to guess that, bonus point as well, well done. Theodore Hook was also known for being a practical joker, and he had actually sent that postcard to himself. So that makes him the first person to send, receive the postcard in the world and sell it for the most amount of money as well. So if you would like to email your name, address to gallery@lindenarts.org, we will get that prize to you, Kate. So are you ready now for our next quiz question? And this one comes to us from some of our lovely volunteers who will be running a virtual trivia event next Thursday, 10th of December at 6 p.m. And these questions celebrate our 30-year history of the Linden Postcard Show. Our volunteers have been secretly leaking hints on social media, so let's see if you have been paying attention. The Linden Postcard Show is an open-entry small artworks exhibition that has been running since 1990. When was the first poster for the Linden Postcard Show designed? I'll be back soon with the answer.
Thanks so much, Jasmine. And if you have been watching our stories on Instagram, I know the answer is there. That's just a clue. I've just been told from the team that we've already sold a staggering $20,000 worth of artworks this evening. Wow. That is an amazing effort, and that is going to make some artists incredibly happy, because the best thing you can do for any artist in this country is buy an artwork. It fosters their self-belief, and it means that their creativity is supported. So thank you very much for people who've been jumping online and buying already. It's amazing.
Mutually beneficial, though. What a fantastic thing. Here I am surrounded by some of my humble pieces as well. Having art in your homes and surrounding you makes you equally as happy, and continues to bring joy year on year. So, you know, there really are some beautiful works available for sale, and I would encourage everyone to think about brightening up their homes with the acquisition of a new artwork this evening. Don't miss out.
Indeed. And of course, we've received incredible support from our sponsors to offer artists some amazing prizes to win. We'll now hear from them as they announce our winning artists this year. Only a few days ago, the judges arrived to make the very difficult decision about who would be the winners. And I'd really like to thank Charlotte Day, the director of the Monash University Museum of Art. Charlotte actually came in on her holiday in to do the judging, which is amazing. So thank you, Charlotte. And Simon Gregg, the director of Gippsland Art Gallery in Sale. I want to thank them for making the time to do this. We've had to change dates with them more than once, and more than we actually thought were ever possible. And they too have had to juggle reopening galleries in complex situations to make sure that the public are safe as way as possible, whilst they found time to judge an art prize. So I really want to pass on my deep thanks to both of them. I'd also like to thank the Linden team, who've done a pretty extraordinary job in remaining optimistic this year and believing that, yes, we could hang the Linden Postcard Show this year. There were times when Juliet and I had very private conversations where we were like, okay, what's plan B? What's plan C, D, E, F? We nearly got to the end of the alphabet. So we're very glad, because at certain points we weren't sure that we thought it would be possible to do. Juliet has done a fantastic job in presenting this exhibition in really some of the most challenging circumstances you could try. And she's been assisted by our fabulous installers, Tom Sullivan, who's also entered an artwork into this year's postcard show, and Francis Sharp, who've installed the show all masked up. Not the most comfortable way to install a show, so thank you very much. The work looks amazing on the walls. I'd now like to reintroduce Juliet, who's going to announce the winner of the best work on paper in show on behalf of Glenn Vardy, the Managing Director from Frames Now, who couldn't be with us tonight. This artist wins a $200 voucher for framing. Juliet, drum roll, please.
Wow, the first one to be announced. And the winner of the best work on paper in show is Rebecca Shabilia for her work, Anna from Disney's Frozen 1. Beautiful.
Congratulations to Rebecca. Rebecca is a studio artist with Arts Project Australia, and I know that Rebecca and her mum are joining us online this evening. So it's very nice to have you both. I'd also like to pass on my thanks to the team and our good friends at Art Project Australia. Sim is also saying woohoo on the bottom of the screen right now. So hello, Sim. Thank you.
I think it's great to have both the laughter and the applause as well as the text down the bottom. That's wonderful. Congratulations, Rebecca. I'd now like to introduce Wednesday Dessauer from Eckersley's Art and Craft brand to announce the winner of the Best Landscape in Show. This artist wins a $200 voucher for art and craft supplies with Eckersley's.
And let me introduce you to Wednesday.
Thanks, Melinda. The winner of the Linden Postcard Show Best Landscape in Show is Ashley Pugh for her work Family.
Beautiful. Congratulations to Ashley. Ashley is one of the artists who works with the Baluk Art Centre in the Mornington Peninsula. And I know Ashley and her fellow artists, friends and family are also joining us tonight. It's so fantastic to have you here as part of that celebration, and a massive congratulations. Thank you for entering.
I would now like to welcome back our chair, Jeremy Blackshaw, the handsome lawyer from Minter Ellison, to announce the Abstract Art Encouragement Award. This prize seeks to encourage and foster a passion for abstract art and is funded by an anonymous supporter. This artist wins a $200 cash prize.
Well, we've got Jeremy.
Hang
we've got
on,
you.
Jeremy on mute.
Muted.
Let's try that again. See, this is what live streaming is like. Welcome, it's real, everybody.
Every video conference has one of these. I'm sorry it was me this time. And I should note, just while I have the screen, that the reference to the good-looking lawyers at Minter Ellison was not to me. Anyway, everyone is waiting with bated breath. The winner of the Abstract Art Encouragement Award is Bryce Aston for his collage work on paper and glass, titled 28/7.
Congratulations, Bryce. I got to speak with Bryce during the week to let him know that he'd won a prize, and he didn't quite believe me. Bryce, it's true. I hope you believe me now. Congratulations.
Indeed. Congratulations. I would like to introduce Greg Day from This Week in St Kilda, who is going to announce the Best of St Kilda artwork. This lucky artist will win a $400 cash prize.
Thanks so much for passing me the envelope. And the winner is Ruth Halema for her photograph Coexistence in St Kilda in Melbourne. Congratulations. Thanks so much, and back to you, Melinda.
Congratulations, Ruth. It's a well-deserved prize. I'd now like to bring back our curator, Juliette Hanson, to announce the Best Still Life in Show on behalf of our good friends at Scout. The artist wins a $500 voucher to spend in-store on some delightfully gorgeous homewares in Scout, which is just in Fitzroy Street in St Kilda.
Thanks, Melinda. And the winner of Best Still Life in Show is Suzanne Morris for her oil on canvas painting titled Little Banksia. Well done.
Congratulations to Susan. Susan was thrilled to receive a call from us this week when we let her know that she had won a prize, but not which prize it was. We know that she's joining us tonight with her friends and family, and we're delighted that she could be with us here this evening. Congratulations again, Susan.
I can hear people logging on to the online store going, "Ooh, that one won, I better go and find it." I'm sure these prize winners are probably being snapped up if they haven't already. But indeed, there's, as you say, over 1,000 entries and 1,000 artworks to acquire. So don't delay, get in there and beat the judges is what I say. I'd like to also introduce Rosemary Rule. Rosemary is the co-chair of the Port Phillip Citizens for Reconciliation, and Elder Jacko Jackson to announce the best artwork by an Indigenous artist.
Thank you very much. My name is Judith Jackson. I'm a Gilmgary woman from southwest Queensland, and I'd like to acknowledge the Yalakabulam clan of the Boonwurrung, their elders, both past, present, and forthcoming. Thank you. It's a real thrill for the Port Phillip Citizens for Reconciliation Group to be involved in the Linden Art Gallery and to be able to sponsor this prize this year. And we hope it'll be the first of many. And also that we'll be able to next year, when we're taxed more COVID-free, we'll be able to encourage more Indigenous artists to enter, even more. But in the meantime, it is my pleasure to say that the winner of the Port Phillip Citizens for Reconciliation sponsored prize for the best artwork by an Indigenous person is Kent Morris.
That is a beautiful work. Congratulations to Kent for your work, Never Alone. And, you know, after the year that we've had, realising that we're never alone, despite physical distancing, is very, very important. But I think also equally important for his community. We actually heard from Kent earlier this evening. You might have recognised him and seen him in an earlier video, but we understand that from talking to Kent, this is actually the first time he's ever won a prize, which is hard to believe because he's an amazing artist. And we hope that it's the first of many prizes for Kent. Some of you might recognise this work though, as it has been featured on a digital billboard during lockdown on Fitzroy Street in St Kilda.
Well, we're nearly there, everybody. We're getting down to the end of the big prizes that are about to be announced. I'd now like to introduce you to Sue Foley from Rotary Melbourne South to announce the Best Portrait Prize. The artist wins an $1,000 cash prize. So let me introduce you to Sue.
Thank you again for the opportunity to speak with all you wonderful people. Rotary Club Melbourne South is so thrilled to be on board again this year. We understand what a difficult year our artists have had, and we really wanted to support our arts community by continuing to make a donation, a sponsorship to this wonderful Linden New Art and to the artists that are out there. So congratulations to the winner of the Best Portrait Prize, supported by the Rotary Club Melbourne South. And I'm pleased to announce that it's Mark Hopper for his photograph, The Ascent of the Fortress of Sigiriya. Congratulations, Mark.
Congratulations, Mark. Some of you might remember that Mark won the first prize in last year's Linden Postcard Show with another portrait of Sean the Wanderer. Mark is joining us with his partner tonight in Melbourne, and we're delighted that he's won another prize. Congratulations again, Mark. It's lovely to have you back in this exhibition. Really beautiful work. I'd like to welcome our chair back, Jeremy Blackshaw, to announce the Henry Award for the Best Abstract in the exhibition. The Henry Award is a new award this year and honours Henry Spring, who sadly passed away in 1998. Henry had a strong interest in art and took up painting late in his life. Henry's story is very similar to the history of Linden's founding family. Originally from Poland, Henry was an engineer and came to Australia in 1936, just prior to World War II. He settled in Bayside, Melbourne, where he established a new life and family and going on to be a successful property developer. This award honours his legacy and is supported by his family. The artist wins a $1,000 cash prize.
Thanks, Owen. I'm very pleased to announce that the winner of the Henry Award is Gabrielle Bates for her painting Talisman 2. Congratulations, Gabrielle.
Congratulations, Gabrielle. Really, really wonderful work. I love the depth of field. The materials look super interesting. And it looks like you actually entered a couple of works. So I encourage people to come in and see that in person. Gabrielle is joining us from Sydney this evening. I hope you manage to get down here and see the work hanging proudly in the gallery.
Thanks, Owen. I'd now like to introduce Minister Martin Foley to announce the winner for the Member of Albert Park Award. We're delighted that the Minister has been able to join us because, as some of you might realise, he is now the Minister for Health here in Victoria, so has a slightly bigger workload than before.
Important job.
It's a very important job and we need him to focus on that job. It's really important. The artist for this award wins an $1,000 cash prize and their artwork will be reproduced on a greeting card to be used by the Minister in his electorate. Let me introduce you to Martin now.
It gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the Member for Albert Park Award for 2020 as Michael Cluge for his piece of work, Pause 2020.
Congratulations to Michael. This work, I think, is a really emblematic piece of Melbourne when we were in lockdown. And sorry, folks, I know this one has already sold. Michael is a St Kilda artist who regularly enters the Linden Postcard Show, and we're delighted that he's joining us tonight with his son Finn to be part of this virtual opening.
Congratulations to Michael. And you know what else was emblematic? Even the Minister for Health was sitting in his living room broadcasting from home, work from home, as it were. But we will be coming into the gallery again very soon. And we are at the lucky last announcement. I would like to introduce Carol Mackey, Chair of the Elwood Community Bank, to announce the winner of the Artist Encouragement Award. And this artist wins a whopping $2,000 cash prize. Over to you.
The winner is Jenny Ann Jett for her photograph of At Night She's Dreaming of Plastic Love.
After the year we've all had, it doesn't surprise me that when we did call Jenny Ann, that she thought Mel was, making a prank call to her. But do you believe us now, Jenny Ann? I hope you do.
I hope so.
It's online. It's recorded. It's all yours. Congratulations, Jenny Ann. Really, really fantastic. And congratulations to all of the prize winners. I can't wait for you to all see these in person. I can't wait to go back and explore them as well. And an enormous and deep gratitude to our sponsors for awarding these artists and offering encouragement in what has been a very challenging year. I'd like now to bring Jasmine back to announce the winner of our previous quiz question. Encourage our wonderful audience members to pay attention to these questions and encourage you to put it in, reap the rewards, and then for Jasmine to pose the last question of the evening. Jasmine, welcome back.
Thanks, Jasmine. And you are on mute as well.
Oh, there's two of them.
We weren't doing anything cheeky on the sidelines. Sorry about that. I was just giving my congratulations to all of the Postcard Show winners. Well done, everybody. And now I would like to award just a smaller winner of my own for the answer to when the first poster was distributed for the Linden Postcard Show. The Linden Postcard Show did start in 1990. However, we didn't have a poster until 1991. And I did have a winner here amongst all of our congratulations comments, which we might have to get back to later because I have lost that person. Everyone is just so happy about all of our winners. So I will email you on the side. But well done. So there is just one more bottle of Punt Road wine to win. And this Linden Postcard Show history question is a little more recent for everybody. So you might remember this one. Question 5. In 2017, Linden underwent major renovations and the gallery went on the move for the first time. Linden was exhibited outside of St Kilda. Where was the location of that exhibition? I will be back soon with the answer to that one. Thank you.
Wasn't doing anything cheeky on the side, she says. Couldn't find the name of our wonderful winner, she says, though. No, I am sure that that lucky winner will be excited to receive their bottle of wine and the email. Keep your eyes on the inboxes, people. I would like to, though, again, say thank you for joining us from your homes this evening. The Linden Postcard Show openings are traditionally teeming, and in fact, the the first one that I attended was the one outside
At
of
the
the gallery.
place.
At that place. But we are so excited to be welcoming you back to the gallery in real life, IRL, so that you can come in and see over 1,000 works on display. To do this, though, as is the case with everything in our COVID normal existence here in Melbourne, you will need to follow a few rules, and that includes booking a spot online. Those incognito mystery gallery visits are off the table for the moment, as we need to capture the details of every visitor for contract tracing purposes. I'm sure you'll understand. The booking link will appear on the bottom of your screen or now in the chat. So if you haven't yet booked, jump in and make sure you bring some friends. Sadly, this weekend is already booked out, but don't be discouraged. The show is open until the end of January, and there's plenty of time for you to come in and have a look. Now, let's bring Jasmine back to see if she can announce the winner this time. Over to you, Jasmine.
Hello, everyone. So I was worried, well, last time I wasn't able to announce the winner, that we wouldn't have one this time. But Vita, thank you. You just jumped in with the answer. And that is, of course, we exhibited the Linden Postcard Show in 2017 at Domains House on Dallas Brooks Drive, that is across from the Royal Botanic Gardens. It was our first and hopefully our last Linden Postcard Show that isn't in our beautiful Linden building. So I want to say thank you so much, everyone, for playing tonight. And you can register for the Linden Trivia on Thursday, 10th of December from 6 p.m. And I'll just pop the link there below for you to jump into. It will be live on YouTube and Facebook, just like we are right now on StreamYard. And I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for being our quiz maestro again this evening, Jasmine, and thanks to everyone playing along at home. Please make sure that if you have won and were the first one in, that you've emailed us with your name and address so we can send that champagne to you shortly. Melbourne, you stayed the course this year by staying at home, and we can't wait to celebrate our hard-won efforts. And we can think of nothing more beautiful to do than to come and visit us in our beautiful gallery. We're looking forward to welcoming you back to those who've booked your spot already. If you haven't, get in quick so you don't miss out. Join our e-newsletter, follow us on our socials, and make sure you keep up to date with all things Postcard Show.
Absolutely. It has been really heartwarming to see everybody also following us virtually. And I'd like to thank everybody for joining us over the last few months. But I'd also like to thank the team on behalf of the board, led very ably by my wonderful co-host, Melinda Martin, and our team, who've, like all of us here in Melbourne, worked remotely for very many months, but to bring action-packed agenda of entertainment, of insights, of artist interviews. It's been really, really wonderful. So with that, I'd like to bring everybody back who has been part of this event. Welcome back to Jeremy and the Linden team, all of whom have been working very hard behind the scenes from their homes and responding to questions and queries, perhaps doing something cheeky on the side. No, I jest. Nice little wave there. So thank you. Firstly, I would like to call out to everybody, our director and my co-host, as I mentioned, Melinda Martin, our curator, Juliet Hanson, our development manager, Lynn Johnson, our events and community engagement coordinator and quizmaster, Jasmine McNeil, design and marketing coordinator, Mathieu Vandeville, and our gallery administrators, Chloe Hazelwood and Hannah Basak. Thank you so much for all of your hard work, not just tonight, but over the past many, many months. And congratulations to you all. Also, a big congratulations and thank you to our exhibiting artists, over 1,000 of you.
Yay, thank you. We know that people love the Linden Postcard Show, and we asked a number of people to describe the exhibition in just one word. That's so weird when people just disappear off the screen, can I just say? This is what they said.
would go back to that word community.
Accessible.
Yeah, I was going to go with anything.
Connection.
Maybe diverse.
The first word that comes to mind is colourful.
The word I want to use is inclusive.
I would describe it as a smorgasbord.
Humorous.
Connection.
Stimulating.
Diverse, I guess.
Can I throw a word in, Mel?
Certainly. I was going to ask you, what's your word?
I'm going to go Linden. It's so Linden. It's fantastic.
It is one of those amazing shows, and I love the conversations that we hear when people come back into the gallery. I feel like sometimes, though, I become a kind of relationship counsellor throughout this exhibition as we kind of navigate how different people can buy works that seem to be sort of diametrically opposed to aesthetics. But we work through that with people on a daily basis. So it'll be nice to be back in the gallery having those conversations.
Here's the answer. Buy 2 works.
That is often
one for
the
each of
answer.
you.
Sometimes it's 4. Sometimes 4 is easier.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for joining me in the adventure of co-hosting Owen and live streaming, because as you can see, we had a few little mute moments, but we got there in the end. Thank you very much. It's nice to see some of the lovely comments that are appearing on the bottom of the screen now. Thank you everyone for joining us. Hannah and I look forward to welcoming those visitors who've booked into the gallery on the weekend. It'll be really lovely to see people back in our building. Good night, everybody. Have a lovely weekend.
Good night, everyone.